Hello everyone, I am Vardhika Jain from Epitome Cards and Crafts. Today, to make the one-page layout, we are going to require the following materials. Number one being an A4 size ivory sheet, which is a bit thicker than the printer copy paper. To create the layout, we will be needing some designer paper, plain single colored cardstock, other designer paper which you can add to decorate and create the layout details. We will also be needing some stickers to decorate the entire layout once we have pasted the paper, and a photograph or any other image that you would like to highlight as the focal image. Further, we will be needing a cutter, paper cutter, or you can use scissors. Then we would be requiring some double-sided tape to paste the paper on the layout, or you can use Fevicol. And we will be needing some ruler for exact cutting and pasting. So to create the layout, I'm going to take the A4 sheet and cut a piece of designer paper smaller than the size of this basic sheet. You can take any size. I am taking ½ inch less on each side. That means, so let's say if it's 8, I'm taking 7.5, and let's say if it's 11.5, I'm taking 11. I'll cut this sheet using a paper cutter. You can also use scissors for this purpose. Paper cutter is just faster and easier to use. Now I'm placing this over the layout like so. To give this layout a complete look, we are going to use a technique which is called distressing. Now I'm going to use this Versacolor Ultimate Pigment ink in brown shade to distress the edges. How I'm going to do it is, this is an old pad, ink pad, and this is a new ink pad. So as you can see the difference, this pad has less ink and this one has more. I'm using the old one because it does not put a lot of ink at the same time, and that's why I don't need to use an ink blender to do that, to give this effect. I'm simply going to take this on the inked side and drag it on the edges to give this distressed ink look. I'm going to do it on all the sides and all the elements of my layout. I'm going to cut out a piece from this pink cardstock of the size about 8 by 5.5 inches, and again I'm going to distress it on the edges like so. And I'm going to use some scrap papers here, some scrap from this piece. I have distressed all these pieces. So I'm going to place this sheet here and then place this card over here. I hope you can see the whole layout. So one tip is, do not paste anything unless and until you have created the entire layout and finalized it. If you are sure of something, then go ahead, please do it. But if you're not sure, don't paste just yet. Try settling things here and there, how you would like it in the layout, how would you like to place it. And then finally I'm going to put the photo here in the center. So I'm using this designer paper as a frame for this photograph. You can choose otherwise, you can just go ahead and put the photo like this. This will also look nice. However, I'm choosing to go with the designer paper, and in the end probably I'll outline the photo with a black marker to create a coherence with the layout. So now I'm kind of satisfied with how this is looking as a basic layout. I'm going to paste this base using the double-sided tape. You can also use Fevicol, whichever you feel easy to use. Here I'm just going to use double-sided tape on some 4 obvious edges of this sheet. Let's now paste everything. So I have already pasted the base using the double-sided tape. You can definitely use glue. You just have to remove the covering for double-sided tape and then you'll get this sticky base. I'm going to stick it somewhere here. Now as you can see, I've already placed the double-sided tape. I'm pasting everything. So I'm using some Fevicol because the edges are not defined here. While using Fevicol, we should use it in very limited quantity because it spreads and sticks very well, so we don't want it to come out from the back side. We don't want it to show outside the edges. There we go. You can use any kind of scrap. So here I have a triangle. You can use a semicircle. You can use even a rectangular shape. There's no limit to it. So whatever you feel like applying, you can do it as long as it looks a complete layout. So I'll just finish pasting everything together. Here we are down to the last element, and there you go. So now somewhat our layout is almost done. Let's go ahead and do some embellishing using these stickers. I'm going to embellish this layout. Let's tag this picture as to laugh. And I'm gonna add here. While using these stickers, you can also ensure putting them using some Fevicol because sometimes they don't have very strong grip and they may come off. So you can choose to stick them. I'm using a smile sticker here. Somehow I feel the light has dimmed down. I don't know what's the reason. And most probably I'm going to write some small quote here to complete the layout, and we'll show it later on. So here is the final layout. What I've done is I have used a white gel pen and written this quote, and to finish this off on screen I'm going to paste these here. I've used the scraps from the pattern paper and I'm going to put some double-sided foam tape. This is 3M double-sided foam, and I'm going to use this to paste these two words, problem and smile. I'm going to remove the backing and place the words in position. There you go. Finishing this off. With some more dots, and there you go. If If you want, you can put your signature on the layout or just leave it like so. I hope you like it. Thank you.